Hello, everyone. The living room is back open. That's right. The ladies are here in the living room with so much to discuss. Not a moment to waste, so let's get crack-a-lacking. What do you say?
I say let's go.
Kristen. Oh, my God. It happened. She's free. Brittany is free.
She filed for divorce.
She filed for divorce from the troll, lying
God.
sack of dog do. That is Jax, a.k.a. Jason Couchy Taylor.
Yeah, she finally did it.
You know, God bless it. Good for you, Britt. That deserves a round of applause. You know what? Good for you, Britt, because honestly, I didn't think she was going to do it.
No, I think this is going to make for good ratings for the Valley because they're still
Of course.
filming it. This is all going to go on in the show.
I wonder if Jax knows how bad he's fucked up his life.
Oh, my God.
He let the most perfect woman go.
I know.
This amazing woman who was sweet, kind, put up with all of his crap and lying and just his self-serving bullshit for a million years.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember him saying on an episode of Vanderpump, I remember him saying to the guys, like, it was just so disgusting the way he was talking about it. And I think he had cheated or something, and he's like, talking to Sandoval and Schwartz, and he's like, let me just tell you something, guys. It's never getting better for me than what's upstairs right now.
Yeah.
Like, this girl's going to forgive me if I cheat. Like, this is a sweet... I
don't know.
I hope he is crying a river right now because...
Yeah, but he's a narcissist. Does a narcissist ever figure out? I don't know.
I think he has moments where he has clarity in his life and goes like...
Okay.
But I think once he turns around and realizes that he has lost the best, and he's never going to find someone like her.
No.
Ever again. Yeah. And now he's just going to be like, I'm here for my son. I'm here for Cruz. But here's what I thought was interesting.
Right.
We know the reason why Jaxie baby didn't leave the house, right? Mm-hmm. It's because he claims that Brittany makes more money than him. Mm-hmm. And that's why his sorry little ass had to stay in the house, right?
Yeah.
She makes more money than me. I'm making her go pay.
Yeah.
So one of the stipulations, she filed for divorce, irreconcilable differences. However, it also says neither one should ask for spousal support. There's a stipulation in there.
Okay.
And I know why that is. Because, again, Jaxie boy is going to probably want her to pay him spousal support. He's that vindictive.
No,
he's that
I know.
disgusting.
Yes, that will be coming up, I'm sure.
And I'm sure he's going to go, oh, no, you're going to divorce me, Mr. Hot Shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Then you're going to pay me for marrying you. Like, he's so disgusting.
He's going to try to make her life miserable now.
But if he asks for spousal support,
I hope not, but I could
she's
see
probably
that.
going to have to pay it.
Yeah, because she makes more money than
And
him.
I hope, well, they've got to split the house. I hope she was smart enough to get that house in her name, at least half hers.
Yep.
I think she would have been smart enough to do that.
Yeah, maybe.
However,
she's very smart.
Well,
you can tell she's smart.
Well, she's not a dumb. I don't know about very smart. I wouldn't call her a dumb.
But
I don't know about very smart, but hopefully she had a very smart lawyer.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that too.
All of our lawyers are smarter than us. Hopefully, because when we're being dumb, like she was so blind-eyed, gushy-eyed, gushy-pied, in love with Jaxie.
But I wonder, like, was there a prenup? You know, if not, in the state of California, it's
she
50-50.
had nothing.
So she had nothing at the time. He had something a little bit. Maybe they did sign a prenup. You know who knows? That'll make it interesting to see if there was a prenup.
I think it's just a bigger conversation here because, she talks about how she wasn't making her own money at the time.
Yeah.
And she wasn't, that she really had no place to go, like when he was first cheating on her and all those things. So girls, ladies, queens, listen up.
Yeah.
Make your own money.
Right.
Don't be dependent on a man. It just traps you. And for no other reason that life is about options, right? Options are what move us. Options are everything, right? I mean, options. You want to know what's my best option, and you want to have a lot of them.
Yeah.
And she was saying in the beginning, after many a cheating, that she was like, I didn't have my own money. Now she not only has her own money, but she has more than he does. Okay. So if that isn't just a lesson to all the little baby queens out there, come on. Get in there, girls.
I still say he's going to make things hard for her.
He is, because he's a jackass.
See. He is.
Jax the jackass.
He's going to be vindictive, I think.
It makes sense.
But she's a strong woman. She's tough. She's gotten
I think
this
she's
far.
tough now.
She's gotten this far, right. So, she'll be okay.
I think that's probably why
if
this
they can
weekend.
co-parent nicely together, though, that would be
they
good
have,
for
and
the
they have
baby.
been. They will.
So
if you're going to not cope, she's asking for complete custody, legal and
that's good.
Sole custody, and allowing him visitation. I don't think he's ever going to go for that. But I think also the reason why
he loves his son. So
the reason why they had Brits this weekend is I bet you she told her friends this weekend, and maybe remember they changed Jax's to Brits.
Yes,
I bet you that's why. Maybe that was even like a joke, like you're gonna get this in the divorce too, honey. So yeah. So anyway, I think it's the greatest news.
We're not surprised. Probably knew this was going to happen.
I really am.
There was a moment where I thought they were going to eventually reconcile, but no.
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, I'm happy for her too.
Because he is such a jackass.
Yeah.
And it's only why? Because Brittany put on a few pounds, Jax.
Oh, God,
she's not beautiful
she
anymore.
She still looks fabulous. No,
she's gorgeous, and she's gonna come back with a revenge body that is gonna be so sick. That Jax is gonna be crying in those cornflakes every single day.
And I hope she has her second baby, maybe with somebody else, like she always wanted, and she lives her dreams.
She's only 35,
so
she's gonna wrangle up some more kids. She's gonna fill up. She's gonna fill up the farmhouse.
She wants another. So.
Just depends on who she's gonna fill up the farmhouse with, but she's gonna fill it up.
He'll be a nicer guy.
Oh, Brittany.
Anyway,
hooray! All of Kentucky's going. Go, Britt.
Go rot in hell.
Go rot in hell, Jax. All right, so that's the top hot news right off the press. Just happened about 2 hours ago. Another fun thing that went into the news today. I'm happy to see people getting their day, having their day, as they say. Tom Girardi. Guilty.
Yeah.
On 4 counts of, I think it was, did they say it? Was it on wire fraud? I'm not sure. But it was the amount of, they're saying he siphoned about $15 million, you animal.
Yeah.
From all these victims. Just to support her. I read somewhere they were saying he was the opposite of Robin Hood. He stole from the poor to help the rich and support his lavish lifestyle.
Of course.
So
that's a good way to say it. Yeah,
he's the reverse Robin Hood. So he's guilty. So all of his bullshit, I'm just in a mode today, but all of his bullshit about, I can't, who are you? Oh, I was a lawyer? Oh, everyone got their money. No, Tom Girardi, you're guilty. Now, I don't know what that means. They said he's just gotten worse over the years. But my whole take on this is, I think Tom, maybe if he's a little, on the dementia side now, maybe he is. But at the end of it, he wasn't when they first got divorced. And I think he said, Erica, you weren't involved. I'm going down. You divorce me. And when you divorce me, you go on TV, talk about how I was dementia, I wasn't thinking right. So I think all along that, even though she
can talk about his infidelity, whatever.
She can talk about anything, but basically it's just he wanted her to push the story that he had dementia.
Yeah.
So that would hopefully get him off. She's in the clear. You don't think those little two are sitting in the closet with the $5 million pair of shoes going, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, Erica.
Yeah, right.
Right. Maybe now if he's a little off, but honestly, I don't even believe it. I think it was all baloney.
I never believed it. With the dementia, I just didn't buy it.
I don't buy it either.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know who is buying it, but
he looks good. Well, nobody, because clearly they found him guilty. Now, I don't know when the sentencing is, and I don't know if this means that he goes into some alternate facility. I mean, he's 84 years old now.
Yeah. Right.
Jessica's probably like, see, I told you. I had blah, 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 blah. You know how she always blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it.
You know, she's got that baby voice with that.
Da, da.
Are they done filming Beverly Hills now? Because this is another one. Is this going to get incorporated into the season? Or maybe they'll talk about it at the reunion?
You know what they'll do?
See.
They'll probably throw up a little newspaper clipping because it's probably
that's what
after,
I'm thinking too.
And it'll say Tom Girardi, ex,
Yeah.
you know, Erica Girardi. Of course, I just even saw it on our local news here in New York, and they were like, you know, Tom Girardi, his lavish lifestyle played out on the Housewives, and it's so funny when you're out of the Bravoverse and you hear it talked about on like a regular newscast. It's so like a throwaway, you know, but it's like so it's our life.
Well, it's just
so
that
it's
makes
so
it
funny.
Real, like it's real news.
Right,
Like they're
like,
in the news. They're in the mainstream
right.
news right now,
and not for the
this
best
isn't just the
reasons.
Bravo news. This is like the mainstream.
So Tommy, baby, and you know what I have to say, Tom Girardi, actually plays a demented dimwit pretty good. Like he does kind of look like there's a few bats in the belfry upstairs.
Well, he's a lawyer.
But he's not an actor. He kind of looks like
but
like simple Tom.
I
like,
think
hi.
some very talented lawyers are actors.
No,
So
I
I think that he's got that down, and
and
she's
I'm sure
she's in it with him. She's not totally innocent either, although fine, she's exonerated from this. She has nothing to do with this. But
I think
I've always felt like she had a connection with this, even if she really didn't know.
She just shut up.
Yeah,
she just shut up and
turned
never
a
asked
blind
it.
eye and shut up.
And right,
is she a terrible person? I don't think so.
I don't think she's a great person.
But I don't think she's a great person.
Because let me tell you, I would have, if it was me personally, I would have taken those earrings and anything else that I had. I mean, listen, you want to make sure you're taken care of. However, she's still on a television show. She can do her Vegas thing. She's going to make money back.
Yeah.
I would have said anything having to do with Tom Girardi, take it and give it to those people.
Right. Self-absorbed. That's what comes to my mind when I think of Erica Girardi.
And she never once
completely
mentioned.
and totally self-absorbed.
She never mentioned like, I feel so bad for the victim. She did say it once when forced by Kyle and the group, like saying like, you never mention the victims. You never say anything. And she's like, yes, I feel bad for these people.
Yeah.
However, I feel bad for me.
Yeah, I don't care about anyone but me. I
She's
mean,
all about me.
That said a lot. Look, is she a good housewife? Yes. Do we love to watch her? I do. But is she a great person? No. With her baby doll voice.
Shabba dabba doo.
So, anyway.
So we got Brittany.
We got
little Brittany and Jaxie. We got Tom Girardi getting ready to go into the Slammer.
So what else do we have?
And I just happened to notice a little article because we are coming down to the end of summer. We're almost to Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And it was just an article about Lindsay, who looks absolutely gorgeous, pregnant.
Oh, she's
holy
beautiful.
crap.
Yeah,
she
stunning.
looks just whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. But she was saying basically that it was okay filming. She said, I'm not uncomfortable around Carl.
No,
and
good
she's
for
like, there's
her.
some unresolved feelings, and we had to talk about a few things. But other than that, she's like, I really didn't have a problem with it. And I was like, you know what? Good. She's like, I've known.
She's living her dream life. She's happy as anything. She
Think
got
about
everything
that
that she wanted.
a year
so,
makes.
Yeah,
Think about
isn't it
what
amazing what happens in a year?
A year makes.
It's amazing.
It really does. So she's on her way. I mean, I don't know when she's due, but
Let's see.
I wonder if there'll be a baby
I guess
special.
It's the end of the year.
I wonder if there'll be a baby special. Brittany's baby. Oh, not Brittany. Sorry. Wrong. Lindsay's baby.
Lindsay's baby.
And Turner Cuff.
Turner Cooper. I was reading
Cute.
that she doesn't lift a finger. He does
Love it.
everything for her. So that's good for her too.
I love it. What is that?
He's
is
very
that Spice
doting.
Girls? He's a doting doctor.
He's a doting
He's a
baby
doting
daddy.
doctor.
Yes.
I love it. All right.
So do we want to get into the Bachelorette?
Do we want to get into the Bachelorette? Oh, the
Okay.
Bachelorette. Wah. Oh, wah. Oh, wow.
kinda
Zonk.
Is it dragging a little bit right
Oh,
now?
it's dragging. And it's like, I feel like it's the same show. And I feel like also I just was reading an article that that the ratings are really dropping.
Yeah.
However, tonight they didn't do, normally I think they usually do the fantasy suites like in a men tell all, but maybe it's, I don't know. Either way, the men tell all
The
is
men
going to
tell
be
all
on
is tonight.
tonight.
Okay.
So we'll cover that next
But
week.
the men tell alls tonight and who she winds up eliminating is tonight.
Right. which I'm pretty, I don't know. Well, let's talk about the episode. It's Fantasy Suites, aka 60 week.
Who did she? Did you sleep with all three of them?
Let's see. I'm going with hells yeah.
Hell
And I
yeah.
wonder if those are back to back. So that must just be like a little, I don't know. Maybe did they give her a day's break in between? It's kind of like very hoe activity.
Get yourself together, recoup
Like
a
just
little
a
bit.
just like a one day scene. But all right, so it starts out with Devin and they start out the show with Devin. They want us to think that Devin's gonna leave because he's knocking on the door because he's so full of angst because he's giving so much. So it's knock knock knock, then do back to the date. Well, first she talks to Molly Mesnick. And she's saying the same thing. Pardon me. She always says she has to lean into Devin. Jonathan is a slow burn, and Marcus too. So then we go, of course, to the date with Devin, and she doesn't want to self-sabotage herself. She's saying as the helicopter pulls up.
Right.
I have one issue with Devin though. I have a problem with his teeth to gum ratio. Like.
He's got a lot going on with the mouth.
There's a little too much when he smiles. It's kind of all gum, and then we lose the teeth.
Yeah.
So he just looks like gummy Devin, and he looks like he licks his lips a lot. Like I don't know. There's something gnarly about it.
Probably a little tick that he has. They compare him to Pete Davidson a lot. So
well, of course, she said.
Pete Davidson, does he have a lot of mouthy things? Is he very mouthy?
Well, Pete Davidson is just known for having third leg.
Okay. Right.
And just being not so good looking and dating all these hot chicks.
Right.
But she said he surpasses Pete Davidson in every way. I was like, why? Because now are we telling us Devin has a tripod?
Here's why I think
telling us he has a third leg?
Here's why I think he's going to win.
Clubber Lang.
Right. Because wouldn't they have chosen him to be the next Bachelor if he didn't get chosen? Because he would be the right fit to be picked for that, I think. So he probably is the one that wins. I keep saying.
I think so too. Well, they're trying to push us away, and they're probably like, "Are you?" And how they do it is they'll say, "Are you feeling this, Devin? Are you feeling that?" Well, then you have to tell Jen. You have to tell Jen.
Yeah.
They're trying to drum up some drama because as it is, it's like snooze fest.
Yeah.
However, he says with her, he wants a normal family life. He doesn't want to shy away from an engagement. He feels secure in his own skin, so it's hard for her to accept a good thing when she sees it. So that was something that he wanted more clarity on. Like, what do you mean by, you don't see a good thing when you see it? Or you can't accept a good thing when you see it. And I think she's going, look, this is really good. This guy really likes me. But what I really think, honestly, you can see that Jen is holding back with Devin. It's because she's in love with Marcus. It's so... And what is Marcus?
Emotionally unavailable.
Do you think she tends to fall more for the one that's going to give her a little bit of a challenge?
Of course.
Like there's no challenge with Devin?
She loves Devin because Devin loves her.
Yeah.
And I think she likes Devin.
Marcus is giving her a little more to fight for. So.
And I think she liked
human
Marcus
nature,
from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think she was, but it's not that she doesn't like Devin, but if Devin's what's left and right in front of her and Marcus, because Marcus is being real and Marcus is going like, Jen,
Look, he's being true to himself. I keep
As he
saying
should
it
be.
with him. Nobody could fault him for that. He has been through so much in his life. So you have to understand where he's coming from.
Well,
with
she
this.
keep-
and he's being honest.
well, she keeps saying she's trying to get there with Devin, but he's playing cool, but he wants that I love you back. And by the way, Devin, kind of like annoying a little bit. Like none of the guys get an I love you, Devin. None of them get I love yous until the end. The only person
she's kind of just I'm falling, right? Is that all she's saying?
She'll
I'm
just
fall, or she's saying
right.
I'm
I
falling
can
in love
see a
with you.
future with you. She said it in 20,000 different other ways.
Okay,
but let me say the only person I've ever seen call it off was Colton Underwood. We now know he's gay, but he started shaking when she said she was going to leave. I forget her name. And he was like, if it's not you, it's no one. And I love you and you're it. And then the show was over.
Yeah.
But we also know that was its own form of insanity with him being gay and not being out and all that.
Right.
But he's the only one I've ever seen give it up like that.
Right. But look, if she's got 3 suitors right now, how can she say, I love you?
To all of them.
To all of them or even to one of them?
She should hold
She's going to wait. She's smart. She's going to wait till the end, till the final person, and then she'll say the L word. So I think Devin has to understand that.
So, yeah, he asked her again, what does she mean when she can't recognize a good thing? And she said, it's all about self-sabotage and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, it's the whole thing. She's holding back. You can tell she likes him so much, but only because he likes her so much, I think.
Yeah.
So they get he's always licking his lips, like I said. So they obviously banged it out in the fantasy suite. And, she said, he's got it all on Pete Davidson. So what is he, a tree stump? Like, who knows?
Right.
He can't give any more love, though, without hearing it back. Like, that's Devin's whole bullshit. He's got a lot of time to sit in front of the waves and Hawaii.
He's a little impatient.
Yeah, he's a total,
Still like him, though, very much.
I like him, but I don't know if
this
is your husband, though. Oh, you had to go on TV to meet Devin? Like, you couldn't have met him at, the local 7-Eleven, buying a beer. I don't know. Jonathan date. Jonathan is barely.
So what were your thoughts on that?
Jonathan's barely wearing any clothes. Okay. That's first off. He's wearing he shows off his assets. I still can't get over the King Tut tattoo. I don't know what to think about the boy king. The boy king.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the boy, but he loves to show off his assets, as they say.
Yeah.
But he is the breath of fresh air. He wants to be her breath of fresh air, he said, and enjoy, which I
think
love
he is
that.
a breath of fresh air.
He is. I think he's a good little egg.
Yeah.
He's trying to open up more. You can see, though, they're kissing, in a pool or by a waterfall?
Uh-huh.
They have a drone shot from above, and I can see Jonathan's tongue from the drone shot.
Okay, wow.
I'm like, Jonathan, put the snake back. How far out of your mouth is it coming if I can see it from the freaking drone shot?
Right.
Take a break. And then Jen's like, I can't, when they wake up in the morning from, of course, it's fantasy, and they get into the fantasy suite.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't believe I'm in bed with the mummy man from night one. I still can't
Who would have known, though, right? He would have made it all this far. The guy with the bandages around him.
I think her and Jonathan really are the best suited, actually.
Yeah, I know. I just feel there's so much ease with the two of them.
But I think he's going. I think he's going to be the one that hits the road tonight.
If they show it tonight, right, it's going to be him.
I don't think he's going to get rid of Devin, and she's definitely not getting rid of Marcus.
I know.
She loves me some Marcus.
She loves Marcus.
So, Devin wants to know now. They keep showing Devin is, Daddy, I want it, and I want it now. Devin, Jen, I want it now.
Right.
So Marcus and Jesse play golf ahead of Marcus's date, and Jen, oh, he said he doesn't feel like getting on one knee. He doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like getting on one knee right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
On her date, you can see she is so in love with Marcus. She just wants him to be like, I love you.
Yeah.
Marcus is her natural connection.
Okay.
She says it's just kind of there. And in the night part of the date, he's not in love with Jen right now. He's unsure. These are his words. She deserves someone sure about her. So I'm like, is Marcus is he gonna just bounce?
Yeah.
Is he gonna dip?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Go to the fantasy suite, tells Marcus not to think so much, when they wake up in the morning. So I don't know. I'm sure her and Marcus got the deed done. Don't you think, if you wanted to get engaged to someone? Yeah. I just think it's a lot. 3 different guys in 3 days or 2 days. I don't know. It just seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
It just seems like a lot of sex.
It is.
And especially on national TV, I'd be nobody really knows, but come on.
Yeah.
So, so now it's all happening where Devin talks to Jesse. And he needs reciprocation.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs and he wants to ask her, do you love me?
Yeah.
As much as I love you? Like, is it Say Anything? Is it John Cusack? And, is he going to stand up there with the, in your eyes, with the thing? I mean, I don't know. He didn't feel whole leaving her. That's Devin's thing. He didn't feel whole.
Right.
And then Devin cries.
Mm-hmm.
Devin cries when he lies. No, only kidding. He doesn't feel love from Jen. Doesn't feel like he's the one. He feels like he's one of.
Right. Yeah.
And then Jesse's like, Devin, do you really want to stop now? And he's like, blah, 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 blah. And then he walks to his, you see her walking to the room, knocking on the door. And he's like, it's probably the end for me. Mm-hmm. Which we know it's not the end for him.
No.
And
I think that's editing.
That was
they're trying.
Editing.
It's
that's
just
the
editing.
whole show is editing.
I think they're trying to keep us on the seat of our pants. Like,
I just honestly, if they do get engaged, Devin and Jen, I don't think it will last more than, I don't know. I'm taking bets. It won't even last the 3 months that Gary and Teresa, the Golden Bachelor, lasted.
Right.
I just don't see Jen hoofing it with the freight owner to Texas when she's studying to be a PA in Boston. I don't know. I don't see it. Like, Jen, hold out for a lovely little doctor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're going to meet a sweet, cute little doctor. She's 26. Devin, I think, is 32.
Okay. Oh, is he?
I'm not sure.
One of them. He was in his 20s.
Marcus is 32.
Okay, Marcus is the one that's a little older.
Marcus is 32. So, I don't know. Tonight is going to be the men tell all. Okay. The 3 of them will not be there.
Right.
The 3 that are there. And I hope we see who she boots. But my guess is it's Jonathan.
Okay.
And then she tries to, I bet you after it all blows out with Devin, she pulls like a Jason Mesnick and goes and finds Jonathan down the line.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe he'll have gotten a nose job by then. Maybe the whole thing will have changed. Who knows?
Who knows? Or maybe she'll make an appearance on The Bachelor with Grant and go, I made a big mistake.
Grant Ellis. Yummy in my tummy.
Oh, yeah. I think he's the one that got away. That's how I feel right now.
He is hot to trot, and everybody is excited about that.
That's going to be a good one to watch. And we've got the Golden Bachelorette coming up.
Yes, right? Joan Vassos, baby.
Be the next one. So
and they're starting to show her people, the men, and also they're showing some guy who looks very familiar. He's like, got a white beard. And I'm like, where do I know this guy from? Maybe he's one of the contestants' previous fathers.
Okay, maybe.
I've seen the guy before. I don't know where from, but
looks familiar. Okay.
I'm excited about the Golden Bachelorette, but Joan, again, a little bit boring. Okay. So we're going to hope for the best.
See if she's got some personality.
Prepare for the worst.
Yes.
So now.
So do you want to talk about OC? This was episode 7. The gloves are off.
The gloves are off.
Yeah, that was it was a pretty good episode.
They have no show if Johnny J, rebranded Johnny J, is not on, and Shannon didn't do the have her DUI.
Yeah.
And Heather didn't have a paparazzi photo.
Yeah.
There is no show. Like, oh my God, is this the best they could do?
But I'm still going to say it's still refreshing.
Oh, anything was better than Jersey.
I'm loving every episode of this season. So
Everything
far.
Was better than Jersey.
Oh, definitely.
Anything better than Jersey. So,
definitely. So
one
it
thing,
does start,
one thing I noticed at the beginning of the show was that, and whoever said this was right.
Yeah.
Chili doesn't smell so good the next day. It doesn't smell good in the AM ever.
No.
So don't leave it out.
Yeah.
Is the moral of the story.
Don't bring it on a trip.
Did Shannon bring that?
She did.
Oh, Shannon.
I think she had it in a
At least put it in the fridge.
Something.
At least put it in the fridge. I was like, oh.
No.
And then they showed the party at Tamra's. Party at Tamra's. Foot apple pie.
They're doing kind of like a parallel. They're showing like the Big Bear house again and the
worst
house.
By the way,
they're like starting to wind down. They're getting ready to leave soon.
My mother was watching it with me this afternoon, who knows nothing about this.
Yeah.
And they showed the front of Tamra's house.
Oh, God.
My mom goes, what an ugly house.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like, I know. I was like, that wasn't the trip to be on.
It isn't like cool looking red barn kind of house. It's kind of like an ugly red house.
It's just like a red house, like paint it white.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it'll blend in with the snow.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Tamara.
But she seems very happy there. But
sorry, teabag.
They're showing Alexis, and I think Alexis has ADD because
You think?
And look, I have ADD, so I can relate to this. She's all over the place. Talk. And they're saying that like all she's doing is talking.
Katie was like, you never have to worry about anything when Alexis is around. Meaning because she never shuts her big fat mouth and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like you never, because they were like, do you want Red Bull or coffee? And she was like, well, I had my period and then I had it again and then I don't know and I must be premenopausal. They're like, how did it go from the question was, do you want Red Bull or coffee? How did it go to your period so fast? And she was like, oh, well, that's what I meant.
Oh, boy.
Who knows?
She's got like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of nervous energy coming from her. Or just a lot of energy.
She's just a twit.
Yeah, she's a twit.
She's a nitwit.
Yeah. She's just not. She is not from the start of this season. She's just not looking good at all.
I'd roundhouse her.
She's not doing much for herself.
I'd roundhouse her. I don't know how to do a roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
I probably would land in the hospital, but I would try.
Yeah.
On Alexis.
Yeah.
Just to shut her up.
I think she's vying to get a full-time role, which she's hoping for next season.
Go away, Alexis. You were already in there.
At this point,
you were already there. You already didn't have it. Go away.
She's like a gnat. But then they're showing Jen, and Jen is talking about her ex-husband, Will, and how she's dating her friend, how he's dating her friend, Laura.
Right.
And then Tamra shows her an Instagram video of the two of them together, and Jen gets really emotional. Now, I'm just wondering, I don't know why Tamra had to show her that. Was she trying to...
She's got to make for a story.
Trying to be open to saying, okay, like, you know.
Well, she's like, does this make you upset?
Yeah.
Well, of course it would make her upset.
It would make anybody upset.
It's her family. It's her kids with her ex-husband who Jen said, I loved a lot.
Yeah.
Of course she did. And then, but of course Tamra has to do that because
she's Tamra.
You also have to do it to keep the show rolling.
Yeah.
But then Tamra's of course, then gets upset because she's talking about her daughter and
her daughter Sydney.
Right.
And she thought that there might be a chance of a reconciliation when she saw her last at her other daughter's graduation or her other son's graduation. And then she just wasn't returning her text messages after that.
I felt bad.
It is sad.
What I thought was relatable with Jen, she said, I just want to co-parent these kids. And she says, it shows my ex-hubby and this husband in this video with the kids and like full of life.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't like that with me.
Right.
And I thought, that is so.
It is
like,
sad.
It's just was such a real comment. Like, God, what was
I
doing
wrong? It was a raw comment.
wrong?
She was showing her raw emotions.
What did I do that he couldn't be that with me?
Right.
You know, I felt bad for her there.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that Jen has a very kind heart. She's a good heart. She's a good person. So you can't be
Jen's not a bad.
disgusted with Jen.
No.
With all the things that are going on with Ryan and the money and whatever, right? She's a good person.
And then, of course, back at La
Quinta?
Yeah, La Quinta. La Quinta.
Is that am I saying it wrong? La Quinta?
It's La Quinta. La Quinta is not. But you're saying it like it's written.
This is a non-Californian.
But it's just, you know how many times it's just La Quinta. However, Shannon talks about how she paid. She was paying all this money. So this is what I got from that conversation, which I didn't get, was that she was looking at this $75,000 from John for this facelift as a reimbursement for all the things that she had been paying for.
Right.
I.e.
Right.
The London West Hollywood, it was almost $10,000. It was his daughter's birthday.
Right.
They all went out there, the clothes, the dinners, whatever.
Right.
So I didn't realize kind of that's what because now it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
That she didn't think she owed him anything.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Because they were, back and forth.
Really, she has to just defend herself left and right. Because
they are doing her so dirty.
Even when she was explaining this to the ladies at the table who were all supporting her, they're even slightly skeptical. They said it,
They're doing her dirty.
Yeah, it's
Shannon is being done so dirty by everybody this season. And I'm so mad that she just, at the end of this episode, is just kowtows to Tamra.
Yeah.
Because I think she really likes Tamra and misses her. But Tamra, if anybody has done her dirty,
Yeah.
it is T Judge.
Yeah, it really is.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. You know, it's interesting. Her last name is Judge because she is the judgiest person I have ever come across.
Oh, yes, she is.
She sure is. And
Tamra, I think she's showing she will turn on anybody.
Fast.
So just be careful.
Tamra's
with her.
out for the dough.
When you, oh yeah,
She wants the job and
Yeah.
she's willing to take it.
yeah. But again, she's not looking good. Tamra, with the side that she's choosing to take and going against Shannon, and everybody, audience included, are mostly Team Shannon.
Yeah, but guess what?
And she is not.
But
And
guess what?
It's not doing a lot of
Tamra
good things for Tamra.
really, honestly, I think thought, I'm going to be the big popular one this season.
No.
I'm going to
Well, if she
cancel
thought that,
Trace
it
Ami-
backfired.
It totally did. I'm going to
Totally.
cancel Trace Amigas. I'm going to hold Shannon accountable.
Yeah.
I'm going to do. And all of a sudden, who's everybody behind? Like,
Everyone's rallying
even the way
behind
Shannon was crying with the girls,
Yeah.
still at La Quinta at the breakfast, she was like, I'm so overwhelmed. I've never had this much support in my life.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And it's really nice. And it sucks that it has to be one of her best quote unquote friends,
Yeah.
T Judge,
Yeah.
who's calling her to the carpet going, So it really backfired on Tamara, which is kind of great.
Yeah, it is.
I'm kind of psyched.
It's even putting Vicky in such a nice light.
The
isn't
Vickster.
it? Because Vicky's right there.
Who's
with
worse
Shannon
and more
standing
disgusting
behind
than
her.
Vicky?
I know.
Like, in
But-
all these years, you don't even understand. You're my sister.
But
You're my sister and I love you.
a couple of episodes ago, who would have thought Vicky walking into that dinner would have been like, "Oh, thank God, it's Vicky."
Thank
it
God
was like, it
to
was
see
like
the
a
Vickster.
little light walked into the room. It was
And we all know Vicky's nobody's light bulb.
No,
I mean,
exactly.
she's the light extractor, if anything.
She is. But, it was, she got very emotional, Shannon. I mean, but it was like true raw
Shannon's-
emotion. She was hugging
about it,
Emily
Kristen.
and thank you
Kristen.
so much. And she was just letting it all out.
But think about it. Shannon's on television
Yeah.
when her life is
Oh.
literally, it's not even in the toilet. It's in like
shambles.
it's in like a gas station toilet. In like a side of the road dumpster, behind the dumpster.
Mm-hmm.
There's no key. There's just like blood on the door from the last person who was murdered there.
Right.
I mean, this is, of course the woman's crying. Her whole life is falling apart. Like, I mean, the fact that she
like,
would even
how
put
could you
herself
get
on
more
TV.
bottom in a
Exactly.
way?
There's
I mean,
no more
she
bottom
is
to go.
bottom.
There's no more bottom to go.
There's no more bottom.
So, boo-hoo, ha-ha, Tamra Judge.
Yeah, it
ha-ha.
Again, backfiring on Tamra.
You
big
blew it,
time.
girl.
I think she did think everyone was going to be like, "Oh my God,
Tamra,
Shannon, how
Tamra.
dare she?" And on top of that,
And look what
I'm gonna befriend the woman who's with John Jansen now. Oh my God, and Alexis of all people,
The woman who sued her, mind you.
Oh, please,
Come on. So
then
let's get to our girls
get to
playing
our
pickleball.
girls. So you could
Emily
see,
sucks.
was it Emily? No, it was Gina.
Emily
I think, saying
sucks.
She hates the tension that she's feeling with Emily right
There's
now.
unresolved feelings, she
There's
said.
unresolved, and she's confused about. Emily's confused about how Gina feels about Katie versus Heather, and how she's
Yes.
taking Heather's side.
But
and Gina is like, she's letting Heather manipulate her. I think that's
I
what
love
Emily was
how
saying.
Heather, at some point, not Heather, Emily says, Heather is the godfather. And she goes down and falls on the sword to kiss the rings. And Heather's like, not really. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's saying that about Gina, that, it's her, she's Gina's godfather.
Exactly.
She's kissed the ring.
And on the other side, Gina is upset because she feels like Emily's going to be turning into a grand bitch because
And she's
friends with Tamra now.
Up Tamara's
and
ass
buddy-buddy,
so
she's-
far. Who's the bigger asshole? They're high-fiving each other. You're the asshole. No, you're the asshole. Gina's like, who's the bigger asshole?
Exactly. So here we got two. We've got Emily up Tamara's ass. We've got Gina up Heather's ass, and they're both upset about it because
Right.
Right. Like, I don't want you to change. I just want you to be my best friend. But, she let it out. Like, Gina had a bit of a tantrum. I would say she had a meltdown on that pickleball
Well, I like that they
court.
both threw their paddles. I like that.
She said,
everyone's mad at me. The whole world's mad at me.
Right. So
and I like that they both threw their paddles. I thought that was good added dramatic effect.
It was like the tantrums went out, but then they made up and everything seems to be okay now.
They hug it out. It hurts Emily's feeling. It hurts my feelings to know that she says things about me and behind my back, and that she doesn't want to be around you. I need you. Right. I need you. So listen, the whole Travis thing has got Gina up in arms anyway.
Oh, of course.
She needs her girl Emily.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Emily in that black with the little scarf thing, I'm like, oh God. I'm like, please.
You know what was funny? What Emily said when Heather and Shannon decided to play pickleball, and they're like, "Come on!" And Emily's like, "All right, we'll be right back." And she's like, "We're not coming back."
Right. Oh wait, I love it when they make up and Emily says like, "I just see Shannon and Tamra," and then Emily's like, "They're dysfunctional nut jobs." They're not us. I just thought that was so, I thought that was so funny. Like, we're normal.
Let's think about this. Are Emily and Gina the sanest of the entire crew? I would say yes.
Who's sanest of the entire crew?
Emily and Gina. Did I say Emily and Shannon? I said Emily and Gina. I feel like they are kind of the sanest.
Yes.
Out of the crew, out of the whole crew.
You know why I think they're the sanest? I think they're the closest friends.
Yeah.
And I think when we see stuff happen for them, I think it becomes real. Yeah. And it comes off better because, and I think they are cool. Like, and I think, honestly, I really think Gina's the most relatable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I really do, because I feel like Gina's always like one step from like her whole world blowing up, but she just shows up and she puts on a little lipstick and she's like, God damn it, I'm here. You might be mad at me. I just feel like she's huffing it. She's huffing it. Like, she's working. She's got the boyfriend issues. Like, she's just like 2 steps from a meltdown. But she's cool, and she somehow makes it happen.
She's the most down to earth.
Yeah.
And I'd say Emily's right behind her with being down to earth.
Because think about it.
They are.
You know why? I think, why Gina is off all for Heather? Because I think at the end of the day, Heather probably represents not even so much a life that she wants. And I'm sure she does want a version of Heather's life.
Yeah.
But just like she's kind of more maybe like a mother figure, somebody who's very safe, very secure.
Yeah.
When Gina's world is not so secure right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that it's financial, but just like you want to be around. Listen.
I see that.
Show me a person who's successful and then show me their friends.
Right.
Show me a person who's in the dumps and show me their friends. You are who you hang out with.
Of course.
And you are.
Yeah.
So hang out with like-minded people or people that are on the same as you, and you will sort of, you're not going to want to be hanging out with people that are, like Shannon,
right,
having trouble right now.
Yeah, hitting rock bottom.
Hitting the bottom.
Now, this was the part I didn't understand with Alexis. She was on the phone with John back at the Big Bear house. She's on the phone with John.
Hi, Johnny.
She gets off the phone,
Johnny.
And she's like she's saying, Shannon is such a piece of shit. And she's crying like a baby. Did you understand any of this?
I think she was saying that now he's come,
John's
been pushed to the limit.
Okay.
And he's going to show these videos he has. And she's like,
why is she having a tantrum or a meltdown on the bed crying
she's
about
insane.
Shannon being such a piece of shit?
Because she's clearly deranged.
Okay, something's very
she's
wrong
deranged.
with her.
Because she's a drama queen who's just like her 2 brain cells are imploding.
Again, who is going to rally on her side with this? Who is going to rally with Alexis on this? Like, oh my God, Alexa. I don't know anyone who could be on Alexis' side right
apparently
now.
She's like, these videos will ruin Shannon's life. It's like, and then what Emily said. Emily goes, listen, if you and Johnny J are so happy, why are you dragging her dead body behind you? Like, go and enjoy your life. Why are you threatening Shannon Bador? Like, he said it's basically like, apparently, I mean, this is all allegedly, who knows, but the Ring camera caught her driving off, and she almost ran over his daughter, maybe.
Okay, so that's where we get to Gina's talking to Emily. They're in the candy store with the kiddos.
The candy store, the Candy Baron. The Candy Baron. I've been there.
Oh, you've been there?
It's a great store.
Oh, wow.
Great store. I've gotten candy.
It looks like a fun place.
I've gotten candy from there.
Ooh, God, I wonder if Emily got her licorice in there.
I'm sure she did. Ooh.
But
Gummy
anyway,
bears,
that was
gummy
when
bears.
Katie revealed that apparently in this video footage, which was on the Ring camera, is where Shannon almost hit John's daughter. So is that the big reveal of what's going on
I think
in this
that's
video?
probably the big reveal.
Okay.
And I'm glad that
she didn't obviously run over the daughter.
and we haven't seen it. So we know this is 6 months out.
Okay.
So we know that Johnny J,
Yeah.
aka John Jansen, has not revealed it.
Yeah.
Has not let it go because nobody's seen it.
He's
Thankfully.
holding it for something, or is this
Let's just hope. Come on,
blackmail?
dude.
But
If
you
you're
know-
that happy, go be happy.
That's what Emily said. I
Go
mean, it's
do
like
it.
if you and John are so happy, if Alexis and John are so happy, why not ride into the sunset? Why drag Shannon's lifeless body with you?
Right.
I think that was a very good point.
Absolutely.
It's
I
kinda
just said
at
that.
this point, you just said that exact thing. So
But
I don't.
what she said. But it's true. Think about it. If you're living this amazing life, well, living well is the
Go
best
live the
revenge.
life.
Living well is the best
Be
revenge.
happy.
Go live. Go
Yeah.
and love each other. Go get engaged. Go get married on a hilltop.
Obviously,
Over the
Alexis
ocean.
is playing this up for the cameras, and again, she's trying to get people to sympathize with her and John and
No one's
understand her
ever
and John's
sympathizing
side.
with Alexis. No one's ever going to
No,
do anything
it's
for
not
Alexis.
gonna happen.
She's a
It's
complete
just not going to happen.
and total dodo bird.
Yeah, she is.
I mean,
so
I can't believe I just said dodo bird, but
yeah,
I can't even think of anything worse because she's
Right.
not malicious. She's just like a big dumb
yeah.
loser, like dodo bird. That's all I can think of. Like
Maybe before they started filming, her and Tamra got together and had a big talk, and we're like, okay, we're going to get everyone on our side.
I don't even think
to
they had a
understand where
talk.
we're coming from.
I don't think
and
those
they're
two.
all gonna dislike Shannon.
Oh,
It's so not working. It is backfiring.
wait. Let me
So-
ask you this.
And this is I like Tamra. I really do.
I don't mind Tamara. I
don't
like her. I
mind
think
Tamra.
she's
I
funny.
think she's a good housewife.
I think she's
but
a goof.
This is just not working for her.
No,
I'm gonna keep saying it. No.
She had one agenda. She
Yeah.
thought, "This is it.
Yeah.
I'm superstar Tamra," and wah wah. It
But-
really came out against her.
Then
Now
we
wait.
get to, she decides to meet Shannon for dinner. Was that Gina's suggestion to meet Tamra for dinner? To meet Shannon for dinner. For
Shannon meeting who for Tamra?
For Tamra to meet Shannon for dinner.
Well, wait a minute.
Wasn't
I
it Gina that said you should have like a meeting?
Well, I
with
think
her?
they said that you should try to talk to her. But wait, I was asking this: why is it now Katie saying about Gina? Like I missed the impetus for this. She's like, I thought Katie says, I thought Gina was a girl's girl for me, but she's really a girl's girl for Heather, and I'm not going to trust that anymore.
Yeah,
but
right.
what was that? Just a random interview in between, or they just threw that in there?
I think Emily was giving Katie a recap of their trip.
Okay.
And then it was coming up
because
about
I'm like,
the
where is
Heather,
this coming from?
Gina, Katie thing.
Okay.
And then Katie incorporated that in because obviously what she's saying she doesn't really trust Gina as a friend anymore.
I think Gina and Katie are going to be just fine.
Yeah. I mean, seems like Gina brought Katie into the show, right, as her friend.
Right. I mean,
so,
exactly. But, and also with this little tidbit of info that was so stupid.
Oh, just, yeah.
The
What a
paparazzi.
dud, right? What a dud.
What a dud. The
That's
whole
such
thing.
a stupid story.
And then what's even a bigger dud was Jen and Ryan getting their mani-pedis.
That's another
He smells
dud.
good and he
skip
looks
over
good.
that. And she dotes on her kids.
She tells them about the OnlyFans, and again,
and what did he get? Like a heart painted on his
how does he
toenail?
make his money?
She doesn't know. She said it. I don't know how he makes his money. She kind of gave a look.
Could you imagine dating somebody and being like, yeah, I'm not
no
really
questions
sure.
asked.
My first question would be, okay, you're buying me all these things. You have this beautiful home. How are we supporting this lifestyle?
All
Can I
right.
help you? Can I pay you for some of this home? She has 5 children in it.
Oh my
You
god.
think she would be like, can I pay a little rent? Can
Yeah.
I do something? No, I'm
No.
just going to be blonde and
Just
stupid.
la-di-da.
Okay, but
living in the house.
she did say she has guilt for her kids because of the divorce. Well,
Okay.
doesn't every parent
Yeah.
have
Look,
guilt for their kids?
I think
because of the divorce?
she's a wonderful mom, okay? And she's a doting mom.
How do we know
We
she's a
can move
wonderful
on.
doting mom? I don't know if she's a wonderful doting mom. I've never seen her dote on her kids.
Okay, the only thing I can go to is she did adopt that little boy. I
Oh,
forgot
that
his
is
name, and it does say like
Still
in
doesn't
addition
mean
to
she's a
having
doter.
four of her own kids, she adopted the fifth child, her son, and that was a very moving story. I think she
Yeah, it was
again,
nice.
I think she has a good heart. I think she comes from a good place.
No, I think she does too.
Overall,
I'm
I
just
do
saying,
like her.
I just not going to throw out a compliment of like she's a doting mom if I've never seen
no,
it.
we don't see a lot of it.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
sure she's a great mom.
Yeah, I think
She
so.
seems like a nice person, but
does.
I need to say it to say it.
Show it a little bit more, but she's got a lot more problems. Like she's Malibu
She's
broke
got
Barbie.
more- she got more problems than we could ever get involved in.
She's got a lot more problems. So
so-
now Tamra and Shannon are meeting for dinner. So
Good
this
Lord,
was-
help us.
you know what? This was a little interesting because Tamra seems like she's turned the corner with Shannon at the end, and she's empathizing with Shannon after Shannon is explaining
Well, she's-
what she's been going through, why she's getting sued, why it's not fair that she's getting sued, and why she doesn't want to give John $1.
Well, she was saying in the beginning, she was like, Tamra says, I was hoping you would reach out to me, Shannon. And Shannon was like, you have been defaming me.
Yes.
Literally.
Since
like,
they started filming.
and the way you spoke to me at that dinner, and she was like,
Yeah.
I didn't drive my car into a house. So
Yeah.
now there's Tamra.
That's when she had to just walk away.
Right. But that's Tamra, I think, being the housewife who's doing what the producers tell her to do.
Yeah.
And then
but
she
it was
needs
a low
minute,
blow.
She gets up, and then she's like, you're spreading lies about me. That are character, damning, which is true.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm focusing on myself. And then it seems like Tamra turned into actual person when she was talking about John suing her. And she's like, he's suing you?
Yeah.
He's
And what did she
suing
say?
you?
They trauma bonded
They
over the suing
by Jim
that went on
Bellino.
with Jim Bellino.
Right, so I don't-
and it seems Alexis may be involved in that too.
But,
So-
of course she was involved. But the
Right.
thing is, she said, Tamra was saying he's suing. It was like she didn't know. And she's like, I can't imagine going through that again.
Yeah.
And then she said, I'm so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's like she turned into a human being.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden she
Like a
turned
light
into...
bulb went on?
Right. And then,
I don't know.
She said, I made a settlement.
Yeah.
My lawyer made a settlement.
But he wants this. He doesn't want that. He
Not
wants
a penny under
75,000
75
in
grand.
full. Yeah, and she doesn't want to go on. What was she saying? Something about a monthly payment plan. To
She's like,
him?
I am not paying monthly payments to John Jansen.
No.
She's like, it's not happening.
And I don't blame.
Well, they
her.
made an offer, and apparently he won't. But then you see in the coming attractions that they want her, they'll drop the suit if she says something.
Okay.
And she's like, I won't lie. But that's in the coming attractions.
Okay.
But then she just says, I'm really sorry. And then she says, look, I'm having a party, and I want to invite you and Shannon. And she's like, you and Vicky. And she's like, I really, really love you, and I only want what's best for you. And then they're all
Yeah,
hugging.
and then they hug, and it looks
I'm
like
sorry.
for the moment, it looks like they've, kind of made amends. I don't think this is going to last because
Shannon needs to have
Tamra
her
right
guard up.
now in the news is still going against Shannon.
She needs to have
So
her
they
guard
have
up.
another falling out. That's
Oh,
gonna
wait a minute.
happen.
Right now in the news, Tamra is against Shannon.
Yeah, so she was on oh god, was it virtual reality?
Something. Let's just say
and
something.
she's still, she's still making a case for why she feels the way she feels and why Shannon is, not the best person. So if she's saying that currently in the news, then it's still they had another falling out. That happened. So
I don't
so
think she should have.
They're
Maybe
down, they're up, and they're down again.
listen. I don't know if I could ever come back from the way that she was talking about her. I mean, that was
No.
talk about whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
And it looks like Shannon's got some pretty good support and some pretty good friends.
Come
in the
on,
other
Shannon.
Housewives.
We're looking at you. We see
So-
you, Shannon
We
Bedore.
see you. We're rooting for you.
All right.
I think it was a very good episode. I am looking forward to next week. What am I saying next week? It's going to be
It's going to be Thursday.
We
are-
did go away for a couple of days with our
Yeah.
families.
We were in
So we were a little bit
Newport,
behind
Rhode
on the
Island,
recap of the
enjoying
OC.
this stunning weather we had. Oh, what a
Beautiful weather.
days
Yes.
on the beach and
was
lots
fun.
of yummy food and great company. We had a great time. So,
We did.
all right. So we'll be back on Friday, and we will discuss Men Tell All
Okay.
on Friday too.
Looking forward to that.
And it's going to be Labor Day soon. How is the summer over?
I can't believe it.
Can't believe it. But you
Went
know what's
so
not over?
fast.
OC is not over.
No.
Brittany's marriage is
How many
over.
episodes are in the OC? We've probably got at
Probably
least 10 more.
15-ish.
Okay.
I don't know how many
So
they
we're
do.
halfway through.
Halfway, maybe not. We'll see. But
Okay.
either way, we're going to be back here in the living room. It's always open, even though it closes down when we're done. It's always open. All right, everybody. We will see you on Friday to discuss this week's episode of the OC and, of course, the Men Tell All and whatever else pops up
Of course.
in the reality verse.
There's
Until
always
then.
something going on.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Talk soon.
Bye-bye.